Hey everybody, Casey in the kitchen, and I'm making ravioli lasagna tonight, so come on in, join me, and check out how super simple it is to make this meal. So today I'm going to be making this in our brand new, just came out September 1st, 2022, this rectangle baker with this glaze that is a white satin. Oh my goodness. It is a tray and a baker all in one. You get two stones in one. You can use them together or separate. So the top is a tray. You can actually cook separately on this. See, it's a stone, but it has this beautiful white satin glaze on it. And then we also have the 9x13 baker as well with this white satin glaze. Now, I'm telling you guys, these go in the oven at a higher temperature. They go through the dishwasher. Yeah, I said it, dishwasher with stones. Love, love, love it. So today I'm gonna be making the ravioli lasagna down in the baker, and then we're gonna make the garlic twists that go on top of the baker. They're gonna cook right on top of the baker, also on this tray. Like I said, you can use this kind of like a lid and use it without food on it, but you can also use it with food on it, which makes it quite amazing. And oh, by the way, got my oven preheated, 400 degrees. That's how long the lasagna's gonna go in there, 45 minutes total. After 30 minutes, we're gonna add the garlic twists on top of it. So they'll cook for just 15 minutes at 400 degrees. This month, you can get this baker. This is regularly $110. You can get it for just 44 bucks. 44 bucks for both of these stoneware pieces. You're gonna love using this at the holidays, all year round, really. All right, so comment below if you'd like to get it for $44 and we'll chat. So we're gonna start off with our sauce for the lasagna. So you can use just like a marinara sauce and add in some diced tomatoes and stuff like that. I had Sunday sauce that I made, that I make for several meals. So I have that ready. You can either do this with no meat, or you can add in some hamburgers, some sausage, whatever. I had some Italian sausage from some pizzas that I made a while back. So I'm gonna add that in here, just as a little extra something. We're gonna use that as our sauce. So we're gonna do a third of this sauce down into the baker to start. I'm gonna do so many things, everything from cakes and casseroles in here. We're gonna do lasagna. You could do all kind of just anything. Everybody needs a good 9x13 dish. I know I have several and use them all. All right, so we'll call that a third. Nobody's counting. And then we're gonna do a third of our frozen ravioli. So this one is actually cheese-filled ravioli, but it doesn't really matter. You could do like spinach or meat in it or whatever. Still frozen. You can also do refrigerated ravioli. You would definitely cut down on the time that you put it in the oven. Again, we're gonna do a third, kind of just eyeballing it here. And then we're gonna do our spinach. So I took frozen spinach and thawed it. And we're gonna do half of that because our top layer, we're not going to have the spinach on. So I'm actually gonna take half and then I'll spread it around. Perfect. So I thawed it out, and you do want to go ahead and squeeze out as much of the water as possible. Spinach has a lot of water in it. And especially if you're using the frozen spinach, you could use fresh and chop it up and put it on here. But with that frozen spinach, it just has a lot of water in it, and you don't want your lasagna to be too runny. All right, so then once we got our spinach on there, we're gonna go ahead and top with some cheese. I just used our grater here, grated up 16 ounces of mozzarella. Now I'm not gonna quite use all of it because I also decided I'm going to add in some Parmesan cheese because I had that in the fridge as well. Again, a third of the cheese. But remember, I make that Parmesan cheese and I do the whole wedge through the blender, 20 seconds, and I've got what we call shaky cheese in my house. I grew up with the bottle of Parmesan cheese, you know, the one that lasts forever in your fridge, right? That's the shaky cheese that you put onto pizza and stuff like that, or whatever, spaghetti. You can make your own, and it's fresh, and it's not got all those preservatives in it. All right, so now we go again with the sauce. Another layer. I'm just gonna spread that around. Like that. And then we go back to our ravioli, another third. This is just a super simple way to make lasagna, especially if you're in a hurry. And you could totally make all of this the night before and then put it in the fridge, because yes, our stones go in the fridge as well, fridge and freezer. And then it's ready to just come out. You do want to let this come up to room temperature probably before you stick it in the oven. All right, one more right there. The rest of our spinach. Just kind of spread that around. And as you can tell, it's not perfect. This layer has more spinach than the last one. It all layers together, it's fine. Don't stress about it when a recipe says a third or a half, or, you know, layer a fourth of it. Eyeball it. All right, and back to our cheese. And then we're gonna do one last layer. Maybe I will use all the cheese, who knows? One last layer of our sauce. All that goodness in there. And then the last of our ravioli. Like I said, you can make this with meat or with no meat, whatever you guys like. You can use a different kind of, you could do like a tortellini instead if you wanted. I mean, if that's what you have on hand, then that's what you should totally use. It's not gonna be that much a difference between it. I do like the way the ravioli kind of just lays out flat in here. We'll spread him down here. There we go. Ta-da! All right, and then our cheese on the top. Sure, we're gonna go ahead and just use it all. Sprinkle that, and then we're gonna sprinkle some Parmesan over the top of that. And then we're gonna go ahead, and so this is gonna go in the oven, 400 degrees. It'll go 30 minutes, and then we're gonna add in our twists, our garlic Parmesan twists, right onto the top of the lasagna. And then when it comes out of the oven, everything's gonna stay right on top of it. So it's using the steam from the lasagna, from the food underneath of it, to cook that. You do wanna make sure when you're using this tray, if you're putting food on it, you want it to be 3/4 covered. So what you don't wanna do is you don't want to put just one thing on half of it, because it's gonna unevenly have heat distributed. See, if it's empty and you put the lid on it, then everything is getting heated evenly. But if there's food on half of it and not the other half, that will stress the stone. So if you're gonna put food on it, put food on the whole thing. If you're not gonna put food on, that's fine too. All right, so with our, get our pizza crust. So yeah, this is literally just a pizza crust that I had, that I popped open with the can, rolled it out, used my baker's roller, rolled it out a little bit so it wasn't quite so thick. And then you're just gonna cut it into 8 strips. Don't stress, 1 down the middle, 1 more on each side. Now you have 4. Now cut each one of those in half. Super simple to do 8 strips, all right? And our pizza cutter, amazing. You wanna know why it's amazing? This blew me away when I first learned this. It's because it's sharp on both sides. A lot of pizza cutters are sharp on one side, and that's why you have to use it and cut through so many times. But with ours, it's actually sharpened on both sides. So it works twice as good. Makes sense, right? Math. All right, so we've got our pizza crust here. Now all we're doing with that is, let me get these first 2 out of the way here. So take your strip and fold it in half and just give it a twist. Easy, right? And then what we're gonna do with those is we're actually gonna take some melted butter and our garlic Parmesan seasoning, which, wowie, if you have not tried it, it just came out and it is amazing. So 2 tablespoons of butter that I melted. And then I'm gonna put in a tablespoon of the garlic Parmesan seasoning, mix that up, and just brush it over. All right, so we got those. Here's our melted butter. I'm gonna take our garlic Parmesan. Yes, you need this in your life. Okay, so remember our caps, our tablespoon. So I'm gonna add that in. And give it a little stir here. Just like that, down in the prep bowls. All right, so then we've got our chef's silicone basting brush. Love this basting brush because there's no like random hairs coming out in my food because it's all silicone and it stays together and it's super easy to clean. And we're just gonna brush those right on the top. How easy was this meal to make? You guys can make meals at home and not have to eat out. Like all the ingredients for this, maybe $15, maybe, and I could feed 6, 8 people. I'm gonna make a salad to go with it. I could for sure do at least 8 people with a salad added in there. You can stretch your dollars by cooking at home when you have the right tools and the right know-how. It can be simple, it's easy. I know everybody's trying to save money right now. This is the way to do it. Oh my goodness, that already smells amazing. Love that stuff. Okay, there you go. Just like that, those are ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the oven. Remember, I'm gonna cook the bottom part first for 30 minutes, then I'm gonna add the tray onto the top and then cook it another 15 minutes and ta-da, dinner's served. When it comes out, I'll let it set for about 10 minutes. I'll make a salad to go with it, and we're all done. Let me know what questions you have or what tools that I use that you're most excited about. Okay, see you later, bye.